The wolf moon is here. Under its glow, we're reminded of our inner strength and stillness and the power of connection. Let's tap into this vibe together with a grounding yoga flow. The wolf moon marks the first full moon of the year, named after the howling wolves that stay active throughout the coldest months. As the ground rests and the trees lie dormant, the wolf thrives in the stillness of winter. Known for its adaptability and strength, the wolf communicates with its pack, reinforcing social bonds and defining territory. This full moon is an invitation to embrace resilience, stillness, and the power of connection. Let's honor this energy together in today's practice. Many of us face challenges in our yoga practice, whether it's a lack of focus, a feeling of disconnect, or difficulty staying present. This is especially true during the full moon, when emotions can feel heightened and our minds can be more scattered. We may struggle to ground ourselves or find balance, as the energy of the moon can stir up restlessness or overwhelm. It's common to feel distracted either by external stresses or internal tension. The good news is, this is exactly where the wolf moon can support us. By tapping into its energy of inner strength and stillness, we can find deeper focus and connection through mindful movement and breath, helping us center ourselves in our practice. To begin, find a quiet, open space where you can move freely without distractions. A yoga mat is great if you have one, but optional. Blocks and an extra blanket can also be helpful, but aren't necessary. Set up in a way that feels cozy and supportive for you. As we move through this practice, remember to listen to your body, respect your body's limits, and honor what feels best for you today. This practice is adaptable and is here to support you. So if a pose doesn't feel right, feel free to skip it, ease up, or modify it. Now enjoy your practice. Hey Wolfpack, welcome to Natora Yoga. My name is Gigi and I'm happy to be your guide through today's yoga practice. Let's settle in. Sit cross-legged on your mat in easy seat. Option to place a folded blanket or block under your sitting bones to elevate your hips and reduce strain on your knees and your lower back. Once you find your comfortable seat, evenly distribute your weight across both sit bones. Ground down and feel the support of the surface beneath you. Lengthen your spine. Allow your shoulders to relax down away from your ears. Keep your hands resting comfortably on your thighs with your palms facing down. To help turn your attention inward, soften your gaze at a point in front of you, or gently close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your breath. Breathe at a pace that feels comfortable for you right now. Notice the natural rhythm of your inhalations and exhalations without trying to control it. Maybe feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest or belly as you breathe, the expanding and contracting of your rib cage, or the sensation of the breath entering and exiting through your nostrils. With each breath, imagine drawing in strength and stillness. Keep your hands resting comfortably on your thighs or lap, or I invite you to either bring both hands to your heart or bring one hand to your heart and the other to your belly. Feel the gentle rhythm of your heartbeat. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Inhale, exhale, Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next breath, gently release your hands down and open your eyes. Let's start by warming up the body, then explore some poses that align with the energy of the wolf moon. Beginning with wrist circles. Bring your palms to touch in front of you. Interlace your fingers. Gently rotate your hands and wrists in one direction. Let's do it a couple of times. Getting a nice stretch in your wrists. Pause at center and reverse the direction of your circles. Pause at center. You may release your clasp and gently release your hands onto your thighs or lap. Now moving into our neck circles, gently bring your chin towards your chest. Inhale, circle your head to the left. Exhale, gently circle your head to the right. Inhale, circle left. Exhale, right. One more inhale. Exhale. Pause at center and reverse the direction of your circle. Inhale, circle your head to the right. Exhale, circle left. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Pause at center. Inhale to lift your chin from your chest. Moving into our shoulder rolls. Inhale your shoulders up. Exhale your shoulders back and down. Inhale your shoulders up. Exhale back and down. One more inhale. Exhale. Pause at center and reverse the direction of your shoulder roll. Inhale your shoulders back and up. Exhale forward and down. Inhale back and up. Exhale forward and down. One more inhale. Exhale. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Let's transition onto the mat. Coming onto your hands and knees for table pose. If you are sitting on a block or a blanket, you can set it out to the side. For table pose, bring your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. You can keep your toes tucked. Moving into our cat-cow movement to warm up the spine. Inhale to drop the belly, lift your tailbone, lift your gaze for cow pose. Exhale, push the mat away from you, round your spine, tilt the tailbone down for cat pose. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your gaze, cow pose. Exhale, push the mat away from you, round your spine, tilt your tailbone down for cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale your spine back to neutral, flat back, shoulders over wrists, hips over your knees. Moving into child's pose, bring your big toes to touch. You can take your knees as wide as the mat and sit your hips back and down onto your heels. Keep your arms extended out in front of you and rest your forehead on the mat. Child's pose is our home pose. It is available to you as an option whenever you need to catch your breath, rest, or exit out of a pose. Take a deep breath here. You can stay in child's pose or option to add movement and stretch. Inhale, press into your hands, lift your gaze. Walk your hands towards the right long side of your mat, reaching your left hand a little bit further over towards the right. Maybe bringing your left hand on top of your right hand. and gently relax your forehead onto the mat. Keep both of your sitting bones on your heels. Breathe deeply. You may feel a nice side body stretch in your left side. Inhale to lift. Walk your hands back to center. Child's pose. And moving on to the other side. Press into your hands. Walk your hands towards the left long side of your mat, reaching your right hand a little further towards the left. Keep both of your sitting bones grounded. Relax your forehead on the mat. Breathe into the stretch in the right side body. Inhale, press into your hands. Walk your hands back to center. Relax your forehead on the mat for child's pose. And inhale, press into your hands to lift your hips and shift forward into table pose, bringing your shoulders over wrists, hips over your knees. Moving into our leg opening movement, you can inhale, extend your right leg long. Exhale, bring your right knee in towards your chest and step your right foot between your hands, coming onto your fingertips on the mat, or you can use blocks. Low lunge. Take a deep breath here. Walk your hands towards the back of your mat as you straighten your front leg. Keep a slight bend in your knee and flex your toes towards your shin to protect your knee. Inhale, you can lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward over your leg. Fingertips on the mat or hands onto blocks. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, walk your hands forward, framing the front foot. You can set your blocks to the side, plant your hands, and step your right foot back, table pose. Moving on to the other side, inhale, extend your left leg long. Exhale, bring your left knee in towards your chest and step your left foot between your hands. Come onto your fingertips or blocks. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands towards the back of your mat, straighten your front leg. Keep a slight bend in your knee and flex your toes towards your shins. Hands on the mat or onto blocks. Inhale, extend your spine long. Exhale, fold over your front leg. Breathe deeply. Walk your hands forward, framing your front foot. Set your blocks off to the side. Plant your hands and step your left foot back. Bring your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Press down through your hands. Engage your arm muscles. Draw your navel to your spine. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog with bent knees. Option to walk your dog by extending one heel towards the ground and bending your opposite knee and alternating. This movement opens up the backs of your legs. Come back to a bent knee downward facing dog. Press into your hands. Inhale, lift your gaze towards the top of the mat. Exhale with bent knees, take small baby steps towards the top of the mat. Bring your feet hips distance apart or wider and fold your upper body over your legs, dropping your head, neck, and chest. Forward fold. Inhale, to straighten your legs. Bring your hands onto your shins or onto blocks for halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Drop your head, neck, and chest. Press down through your feet and use the strength of your legs and core as you inhale, roll up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Inhaling your arms up overhead for extended mountain pose. Exhale, bring your hands down through heart center. Relaxing your hands by your sides, mountain pose. In mountain pose, get steady in your foundation, your feet. Send your roots down into the earth. Get strong in your legs. Keep a slight bend in your knees. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Gaze forward. In mountain pose, I invite you to bring your hands at heart center, palms touching. You can gently soften your gaze at a point in front of you or gently close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Take a moment here to connect to the stillness, the strength, the calm of the wolf moon. Inhale. Exhale. You may release your hands by your sides and gently open up your eyes. Inhale your arms up overhead, extended mountain pose. Exhale, bend your knees and hinge at your hips as you fold forward through center. Drop your head, neck, and chest, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten your legs as much as feels comfortable. Bring your hands onto shins or blocks. Exhale, forward fold. Drop your head, neck, and chest. Plant your hands. Step your right foot back. Option to keep your knee up or down. Step your left foot back. Option to keep both of your knees up for plank pose, or you can bring your knees down for modified plank. Press down through your hands. Engage your core by drawing your navel to your spine. Bend your elbows, hug them close to your body as you lower onto the mat. Rest your forehead on the mat. Press the tops of your feet down. Press into your hands, hugging your elbows close to your body to lift your upper body for cobra pose. Lift as much as feels comfortable. Inhale. Exhale. Rest your forehead on the mat. Press down through your hands to lift your upper body onto your hands and knees. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees for table pose. Moving into wild thing. Kickstand your right foot off to the right long side of your mat, or should I say the side of the right long side of your mat. Extend your left leg long. Bring your left hand onto your hip. Your body is facing the left long side of your mat. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Option to stay here, or draw your navel to your spine to engage your core and extend your arm up overhead. You may also bring your index finger and your thumb to touch and reach your hand back, getting a nice little back bend for wild thing. You can bend back as much as feels comfortable. Inhale. Exhale. Circle your left arm around and place your left hand onto the mat, bringing your shoulders over wrists, hips over your knees. Moving on to the other side. Kickstand your left foot off to the side of the left long side of your mat. Extend your right leg long. turn your body to face the right long side of your mat and bring your right hand onto your right hip. Option to stay here, or you can draw your navel to your spine to engage your core. Extend your arm overhead, or you can bring your index finger and your thumb to touch and reach your right arm back for a gentle back bend. Gaze ahead or gaze overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Gently circle your right arm around. Bring your right hand onto the mat. Bring your shoulders over wrists, hips over your knees. Moving into puppy pose. So this will resemble a wolf or a puppy stretching. So walk your hands forward and gently melt your chest down towards the mat, bringing your elbows onto the mat. Relax your forehead on the mat. Your hips are stacked over your knees. Draw your navel to your spine to relieve any load that you might be putting on your low back. Breathe deeply into your rib cage. Press down through your hands. Your shoulders are away from your ears. One more deep breath in and out. This helps open up your shoulders, your chest, and your upper back. Inhale, press into your hands, shift forward onto your elbows, bringing your shoulders over your elbows. Press down through your hands, bring one hand onto the mat, bring the other hand onto the mat to lift yourself back up into table pose, shoulders over wrists, hips over your knees. Moving into child's pose for a little rest, bring your big toes to touch, take your knees wide as much as feels comfortable. Sit your hips back and down onto your heels, extending your arms forward, rest your forehead on the mat. And take a couple of deep breaths here, resting in child's pose. Inhale, press into your hands, lift your hips forward, shoulders over wrists, hips over your knees. Swing your legs out to the right and sit your hips back down to the left. Extend your legs out in front of you and sit towards the center of your mat. Sit evenly on both of your sitting bones. Keep a slight bend in your knees. Flex your toes towards your shins to protect your knees. Moving into our seated forward fold, you can bring your blocks close to you if you're using blocks. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge at your hips to fold forward over your legs. Bring your hands onto your ankles, your shins, the mat or blocks. Breathe deeply. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Bend your knees, bring your feet flat on the mat. Bring your hands onto the backs of your thighs to help you slowly roll onto your back one vertebra at a time. Once you're laying down, you can keep your feet flat and your knees bent and walk your feet in towards your sitting bones, bringing your knees over your ankles. Extend your arms out into a T shape. Press down through your feet to shift your hips to the left. Inhale. Exhale, allow both of your knees to fall to the right. Gaze straight ahead, or option to turn your head to gaze towards the left. And gently close your eyes as you breathe here. Keeping your shoulders grounded on the mat, twisting from your center. Inhale, bring your head back to center. Allow your top leg to come up and your bottom leg to follow. Shift your hips back to center, and moving on to the other side, press into your feet. Shift your hips to the left. Inhale. Exhale, allow both of your knees to fall to the left. Gaze straight ahead, or turn your head to gaze past your right fingers, or gently close your eyes. Both of your shoulders are grounded. Breathe deeply. Inhale your head back to center. Allow your top leg to come up and your bottom leg to follow. Shift your hips back. Option to hug your knees in towards your chest and gently rock side to side if that feels good. Getting a massage on your low back. Come back to center. Gently release your arms and your legs, taking up space on the mat. Moving into Shavasana, our final relaxation. I invite you to soften your gaze or gently close your eyes. Allow your feet to fall naturally to the sides. Relax your leg muscles. Relax your hips, your glutes. Allow your palms to face the sky. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. If you need to, you can gently adjust, rolling your shoulder blades underneath of you. Relax the muscles in your face, including your jaw, relaxing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your eyebrows and your eyes and your forehead. Allow your body to feel completely relaxed and heavy, feeling the support of the earth beneath you. And let's stay here in silence for several breaths, absorbing the benefits of today's practice. Begin to deepen your breath. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes to reawaken your body. You can stretch your arms up overhead and your legs long for a nice full body stretch. And bend your knees, bring your feet flat on the mat. Press down through your feet to shift your hips and roll over onto your favorite side in the fetal position, using your bottom arm as a pillow. And take a moment here to savor the peace and calm from today's practice. And press down through your top hand to lift your upper body back up into a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes lowered or closed as you transition back upright. And bring your awareness back to your breath. The wolf moon, the first full moon of the year, is a time to reflect on resilience, connection, and the cycles of nature. In the heart of winter, the ground rests, the trees stand bare, and yet life quietly prepares for renewal. The wolf teaches us about strength and stillness and the power of community, howling not out of loneliness, but to connect with its pack. The wolf moon's energy invites us to find our own balance between stillness and strength by grounding yourself and embracing the support of the world around you. Just as the wolf thrives even in the harshest seasons, you too carry the strength to face challenges and adaptability to grow through them. I offer you this affirmation that you can say silently to yourself or out loud. I am strong on my own and even stronger together. Like the wolf, I honor my independence while embracing the power of connection and community. Now I invite you to take a moment to send gratitude and love to yourself. Honor yourself for taking this time today to move, breathe, and reconnect with yourself, with the present moment and the natural rhythms that surround us. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale the biggest breath of your day. Exhale, sigh it out the mouth. Whenever you are ready, gently open your eyes. Bring your awareness back to your surroundings. Thank you for showing up today and sharing this practice with me. Today, we've tapped into the strength, stillness, and connection of the wolf moon by grounding ourselves and embracing the power of mindful movement and breath. May you carry this sense of focus and resilience with you off the mat and into your life, just like the wolf under the full moon. Namaste. If you enjoyed this yoga practice, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share this class with someone who could benefit. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment and share how you're feeling after today's class, or if something resonated with you. Take good care of yourself, your wolf pack, and our shared home, Earth. I hope you'll join me on the mat again soon.